And I'm Abdullah, the guy usually sitting in the passenger seat saying, "Bro, just one more photo from this angle." If you've ever done the Naran to Babusar route, you know. Those 5 minutes somehow turn into 30 very quickly.
Exactly. So today, we're zooming in on one very specific moment. The instant you open that car door at the top, the wind hits, a kid in your group walks a little too close to the edge, and suddenly your heart is beating faster than it did on the entire climb from Naran.
I still remember that day. The doors shut, the whole world went quiet inside the car, and then we opened them, and it was like someone turned the wind volume to full. Flags snapping, people yelling over the noise, and one little kid just drifting towards the guardrail like a tiny explorer.
Yeah, my brain went from, wow, what a view, to who's holding whose hand in about 2 seconds. But let's back up a bit and start from the climb out of Naran, because that's where Babusar really starts talking to you, very softly at first.
So picture this. You leave Naran after breakfast. At first, it's all trees, river on the side, that classic Kagan Valley feel. Gradually, the trees thin out. The road starts to twist a little more, the engine sounds different, like it's working harder, and you feel the air getting cooler even inside the car.
And there's this subtle shift where it stops feeling like a valley and starts feeling like a gateway. Babusar isn't really a final destination, nah? It's a pass, a doorway. On one side, you've got Naran and Kagan, and beyond it, the whole next chapter of your road trip. That mindset actually matters because it reminds you this is a checkpoint, not a picnic spot for 3 hours.
We could feel that in the car, too. Conversations got a little quieter. You start noticing small things, a few clouds sitting heavier on the peaks, patches of old snow in the shadows, even in season, and then those milestone moments where you say, "Oh, now we're really climbing."
By the time we reached near the top, jackets that were just decoration in Naran suddenly became very real. Then came that famous moment. We parked, engine off, world goes silent for a second, and the first person opens the door.
That first breath outside, it hits you. It's like someone took the Naran weather and pressed the extra cold button. The wind wrapped around my face, my ears instantly went numb, and all I could hear was flags flapping like they were about to fly away to China.
You step onto the gravel and it crunches under your shoes. There are bright prayer flags stretched out, stone markers, boards with the elevation written, people taking selfies everywhere. And then you see those stairs leading up to the classic "We Were Here" photo spot. Of course, everyone rushes toward them.
I remember climbing just a few steps and suddenly thinking, wait, why am I breathing like I just ran a sprint? It wasn't scary, just heavier, like my chest needed an extra second to catch up.
Same here. And that's the first quiet rule of Babusar. Altitude is not a joke, even if you feel fit. You might feel totally fine in the car, but once you climb a few steps in that cold, windy air, your body goes, "Boss, slow down, please." Especially if you have asthma, heart issues, or you're with very young kids or older parents, you need to listen to that signal immediately.
And then, right in the middle of all this, our little moment happened. While everyone was busy lining up the perfect photo, one of the kids in the group just started wandering. Tiny feet, big curiosity, heading towards the guardrail and the road edge.
I looked up, saw him, and my heart just jumped. You know that instant where the wind feels stronger, the car seemed closer, and your brain starts running through all the what-ifs? I just called out, walked quickly over, and gently held his hand, like, "Buddy, adventure is this side, not that side."
That was the second rule we learned on the spot. Babusar is not a park. The stones can be slippery, there are uneven corners, people reversing cars, drivers distracted by the view. Kids need a clear hand-holding rule before they even step out of the car. Decide in the car who is responsible for which child and which areas are no-go zones.
And also, test your footing before you step onto wet or icy stones. That wind can nudge you just enough that a small slip becomes a big fall. So, we shifted our whole plan. Instead of spreading out, we kept everyone close, chose a photo spot away from traffic, and kept moving gently instead of rushing and running.
Once we calmed down, we did what every Pakistani traveler does to reset the soul. Chai. We found this small stall a little away from the crowd, metal kettle steaming, the owner wrapped in a shawl like it was mid-December.
I asked him, kind of casually, "Bhai, yahan hawa hamesha aise hi chalti hai?" He smiled, that experienced mountain smile, and said, "Nahi ji, kabhi bilkul काम होती है, फिर एकदम से बादल आ जाते हैं, हवा तेज, फिर बारिश, फिर कुछ न कुछ. Basically, things can change fast up here."
He also told us how he decides his day. If he sees clouds building up earlier than usual, or the wind suddenly gets sharp, he starts packing his stall sooner. For him, that's survival, right? But for us, it's a perfect weather tip. If the stall guys are packing, you probably shouldn't be starting a long photo shoot.
Exactly. The locals are like your live weather app. If they're putting on extra layers, if kids are shivering, if people are rushing back to cars, that's your signal. This is what I call reading the pass, watching wind, clouds, and people, not just the view.
All right, let's turn this into a mini checklist for you, because I know some of you are listening while planning the trip. 3 quick rules for a calm Babusar stop.
Rule number 1, layers and footwear. Don't trust Naran weather for Babusar. Keep a proper warm layer, cap, maybe gloves if you feel cold easily. And wear shoes with grip, joggers or hiking shoes. Slippers and high heels at a windy mountain pass? Not a good combo.
Rule number 2, safe photo spots. Decide before you get distracted by the view. No standing near blind turns. No sitting on high, slippery stones just for that one Instagram shot. Choose areas where you're away from traffic and where, if someone trips, it's just a small fall, not a big story.
Rule number 3, realistic time limit. Especially if you have older parents, small kids, or anyone with breathing or heart issues. Think in terms of 15-20 minutes, not an hour-long hangout. If anyone feels dizzy, headache, very heavy breathing, cut it short, go back to the car, and if it's serious, head down and talk to a doctor. No view is worth someone's health.
And just to add, washrooms. Whatever is available near the top can be basic and crowded. Plan your washroom breaks in a lower spot where it's easier and more comfortable, so you're not stuck waiting in the cold wind for too long.
Now, little season and reality check, because Babusar has its own calendar. The pass can close in winter due to snow, and even in season, road conditions and local rules can change. I won't give you fixed dates, because honestly, those can go out of date very fast.
Yeah, for current info, always double-check before you leave Naran. Ask your hotel, talk to drivers who came from that side the same day, check official channels or local traffic police updates if you can. Don't rely only on that one old blog post you found at 2 a.m.
And remember, today we're talking specifically about Babusar Top. Some of these habits, like watching your breathing, holding kids' hands, checking weather, are good for any high pass. But every place has its own quirks. Kunjarab, Deosai, different valleys. Always research each one separately instead of assuming it's all the same.
So to wrap this up, think of Babusar not as a scary place, but as a respectful handshake with the mountains. If you read the wind, watch the clouds, notice how your own body feels, and pay attention to what locals are doing, your quick stop can feel like a gateway to more adventure, not an exhausting checkpoint.
And if you're planning this trip soon, we've put together a simple one-page Babusar Top safety and comfort checklist for you. Things like layers, time planning, kids' rules, washroom reminders, all in one place so you can screenshot it before you drive out in Naran.
You can find it on our Travel Dairy website. Just look for the Babusar Top Episode page, download it, and share it with your travel group so everyone's on the same page before you even start the engine.
All right, G. That's it for today's ride from Naran to the wind at Babusar Top. Travel safe, read the mountain, and we'll see you in the next story from the northern areas of Pakistan. Allah Hafiz.